And so if I say you got a contract signed in a bathroom, does that give you enough information to tell the story?
Actually. One of my close friends growing up, his sister married a guy who I met in college. So close to me, all the wholesaling stuff. And some guy, he agreed to sell me this property. And I think it's worth a lot more than he's willing to sell it for. At the address, realized the property was worth about 150 grand in his contract. Well, his oral agreement was for 50 grand. Where I would get a larger percentage of the proceeds from the guy who brought it to me. I said, I'll make 100 grand. You get 10, I get 90. But I'm going to do this thing as opposed to you walking away. And he said, great, I just want to learn. The guy, it was going to take months to get approval to meet this guy, have contact with him. And the son had to sign the contract because the son was the trustee of the trust. We had to get all this information about the trust to get a lawyer to do this trust certificate for him. And we were trying to move fast. One of my big rules is when someone tells me they're going to sell me something for 30 cents on the as-is dollar, I'm not waiting. That thing's getting signed before the sun sets. I don't care if I'm driving to Houston and meeting a dude in a bathroom. Like, I'm for real. So we met him in a stall in the Walmart bathroom. We signed a contract. And the dude couldn't even use a phone without registering his calls and stuff. Sat there, took it over to title. And at that point, I got the contract signed. But to get the contract signed, man, it was fast and weird.
Fast and weird indeed. And there's a couple points I really want to pull out of there. First being the urgency of getting it under contract. When you know you have such a deal, that is everything. Get it into escrow, get your deposit in. And the second point, I don't think many people that don't do this every day realize the extent to which you have to go a lot of times to fix these problems, to get these deals. Just crazy stuff happens all the time in real estate. And a lot of times I think people just see the net number and think you just, sent a mailer and easily got it under contract and had a clean, clear title commitment and closed it.
But if we have the opportunity to make an outsized income or check, we're going to do all the things that are somebody else's responsibility because at the end of the day, we take ownership.
But what you're focused on primarily is the way you go about making deals happen, focused on distressed property acquisitions. And it feels a little bit more like you're asset class agnostic, within real estate, but kind of all over the place.